So video that was apparently leaked appears to show the Democratic candidate for governor of Virginia saying that the president of the United States, Joe Biden, is, quote, unpopular right now in his state of Virginia, which he won by, I think, at least 10 points in the presidential election. The Republican National Committee tweeted the video of Terry McAuliffe. Fox News has not verified it. It looks like a virtual meeting. McAuliffe is in the middle of the bottom row, but his camera cuts out so you don't see him right away. You take a look at this and see what you think.
But we got to get Democrats out to vote. We are facing a lot of headwinds from Washington. As you know, the president is unpopular today, unfortunately, here in Virginia. So we have got to plow through.
We reached out to the McAuliffe campaign. We have not heard back. President Biden's popularity, though, does appear in the polls to be sinking, at least at this point in this presidency. Here's a poll released by Quinnipiac. President has a 38% job approval rating, the lowest score that he's received since taking office. Bill Hemmer's here, co-anchor of America's Newsroom. That's either Terry McAuliffe or a really good Terry McAuliffe impersonator.
On Zoom, right.
Yes.
Good afternoon to you.
I'm
going to drown you with numbers, but this is important stuff.
Love it.
Okay, because I went through all the polling today. You had a few national polls in September. You had a big one today in Quinnipiac. Yeah. I'm going to pull a lot of that from here. If you look at the polling, Joe Biden went sideways in August. He went underwater in September. And now in October, he's fighting for oxygen, especially among independents. Now, he won independents by 13 points in 2020. That's what I want to focus on. Because if you go into the numbers in Quinnipiac, that's what you find, all right? So these are white voters, four-year college degree. What do you think of immediately? They live in the suburbs, and many of them turned on Donald Trump in 2020. Do you approve or disapprove the way Joe Biden's handling his job? Among independents in this group, 60% disapprove. Response to coronavirus, it was a big strength of his for a while. 56% disapprove. The economy, 61% disapprove. Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military, very important point here. This is Kabul. This is Afghanistan. 65% disapprove. Would you say that Joe Biden is honest or not? Same group of voters now. 57% of independent white voters with a four-year college degree say no. I don't know how you get out of that or convince people otherwise.
And these are national, so these are not broken down by states. Yeah. We don't know if this is Pennsylvania, Michigan,
that is correct.
Specifically.
But, would you say that Biden has good leadership skills? 63%, no. The Biden administration has been competent at running the government, or don't you think so? No, not competent, 62%. These are brutal numbers. And again, I don't know how you turn that around. I don't know what you do or what you say.
You know, the amazing thing to me is that when you look at that and you look at that category of voter, right, a lot of what we were hearing from those voters, and obviously this is a general look at it, during the election, pre-election period was, you know, anybody but Trump, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, and that's what they got, right? They got somebody besides President Trump, and now their opinion is turning about the person who they ended up with when they see this. I mean, I would say August was obviously a very brutal month. Afghanistan, you've got inflation, you had what was happening at the border. What do you I mean, so if you're in the White House right now,
that's a great point.
You got to figure out, okay, how do we turn this story around? We've got almost a year until the midterm.
Okay, you could build back better if people agree that $2 trillion in spending is the right answer for America, and we'll see whether or not.
Maybe he gets a pass on it by getting voted down.
Okay.
And then looks for some sort of compromise down the road. This is what Bill and I do. We just go, but what if? Yeah.
What if? Okay, if you get the plan that you want and the people like it, okay, maybe these numbers start turning around. But here's what I think the overriding feeling in America is things ain't working. You know, you think, how can you erase the C-17 going down the runway in Baghdad? How can you erase the images from the border that have been going on for 8 months now? We're the only network that practically covers that story. How do you erase 55 cargo ships from all over the world sitting off the coast of L.A.
Nobody mentions
and Long Beach, California?
Where's the Secretary of Transportation?
This has never happened before, where you have 55 cargo ships anchored off the Pacific coast.
You know, I look at all of these things that you mentioned.
Can I add one more thing?
Please.
I was watching your show yesterday, and he went to Howell, Michigan to sell his program on Build Back Better infrastructure. He went to a dirt pile with a Caterpillar truck behind him. No people. I listened to it. I think there were a dozen people perhaps in front of the microphone. I never saw them, and there's no energy to the project to go out and sell it. I did not see it yesterday.
You know, I think also there's a problem that it feels a lot like, you know, I think of Rahm Emanuel saying, don't let a crisis go to waste, right? So you've got a lot of crises. You've got the border, you've got inflation, you've got all these ships off of the coast of California. These are opportunities. these are opportunities for leadership to step in and say, look at what we did. We straightened out this problem. We got the military involved. We did all these things.
It's working again.
Yeah, but instead, it feels like there's always a conversation that doesn't feel like it's aligned with what's going on, like the one we had in Michigan. All right, we got to go. Thank you.
Okay.